Abe's dead. Dead, dead. One by one, they're going down. Excellent. Perfect aquarium. You'd think they would float though, wouldn't you? Since oxygen's not included, I'm just gonna build an aquarium. This should work nicely. And what's that fun looking link in the description? Well, that's how you buy this beautiful game, now out in its full release. Speaking of beautiful things, I need to be careful what I start with, or rather, who I start with. Since any of these morons start with a total of 7 points, I want them all to have 7 points in a specific thing. I'm going with specialists. +7 athletic works, that means he moves very quickly, and I'm always in a hurry, so he's gonna be great. +7 excavation, they dig faster. And why not? +7 strength. 175% tidying speed, and they can carry more stuff. All very helpful for what I'm about to accomplish. So far, this is looking really good. I've awoken at the location, but my colonization outfits have already hit a hitch. I was supposed to land on the planet's surface, but we're underground, so we're going to turn this into an aquarium, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Conveniently, we already have lots of water to work with, so this is going to be great. Before we do anything, these idiots need to get their priorities in order. Our digger digging, our strong guy tidying, supplying, and storing. Not sure what happened to this guy. He was supposed to be very athletic, but he ended up with medicine. So he's just going to be a free range idiot. I don't really care what he's up to. First things first, we just simply need to give ourselves some room to work with, so we're going to start carving out our base. This early on, there really isn't too much to worry about. I just got to keep myself efficient moving forward and not do anything too stupid that's going to handcuff myself down the road. So far so good though, the extra digging guy really helps. And like always, because I'm impatient, I'm going to build floors everywhere because they actually move faster along the floors, just not like that. A storage bin approximately here for no real reason. Oh, look at this genius already. Yeah, good work. Mind the sand you're standing on. Don't worry about building a floor around you or anything. Already it's a rescue mission. It's been 10 seconds and I have to rescue Mima. You know what, that's fine. I'll probably have to access this at some point anyway. It's still just kind of annoying. They're going to have to build a ladder up or down to make it. Our storage bin is going to hold everything and sweep only. Everything and sweep only. Might as well, since that's one of my idiot superpowers. Give them a couple nice beds to sleep in, of course. They need to have their energy every single day. We'll just build 5 of them, anticipating for the future. They do grow fast. The power side of things, one manual generator, because we're poor so far. We'll throw a battery somewhere in between the two, and then wire to connect them. That'll make more sense later. Probably don't need this quite yet, but the oxygen diffuser, because we do probably need to produce some oxygen at some point. We'll just tuck it in there, that way everything's nice and organized. This is the prettiest this place is going to be. I was wondering why they were taking so long to do everything, and then I realized I'm on speed 1. We're going to play on speed 3. That is so much faster. By the time it's time to go to bed, they might actually even have somewhere to sleep for the first time ever. And I even got the bedroom right first try. That little green indication means they'll get extra sleep, or morale, or something. They'll be happier. I don't know. Basically what I want is them working faster. I couldn't care less how happy they are. One science machine right here, because we need to unlock new technologies. I'm going to put it right beside that other one. I don't think I can build a specific room for it anyway. Our first night together. And they do still have air to breathe, so we're doing pretty good so far. And already we have someone urinating everywhere. That's what everyone needs, to mop up your mess. Thanks. Really glad you can contribute to the colony. I knew I was forgetting something though, an outhouse. Pretty important part of things. And the way we get rid of urine is how I get rid of all of my problems. I dig a really big hole and start dumping stuff down there. There we go, we got our little hamster wheel up and running. Travaldo there is going to make us lots of power to fuel all the other things, in particular the research station. And the reason that's so important is because we're after a lavatory. So we're going to research that. We'll do plumbing, then sanitation as soon as they run themselves enough power. Also, the benefit of digging way down deep right here is it's going to take all this carbon dioxide straight to the bottom, leaving only fresh oxygen for my idiots for the time being. And there we go. We got our bottle opener. As soon as they gather some bottles of urine, they'll stick it in the top. It'll drain down here. We'll deal with the problem later. Gonna have to feed them for now. Food is going to be one of the few things I'm going to find a challenge in this one, but as long as I'm not stupid, it shouldn't actually be that bad. Considering the garbage I'm going to feed them, I'm pretty sure is made out of dirt and water. They're mud bars. And you know what? Just for good form, we're going to put a wash basin between the bathroom and everything else, in particular the food preparation area, because I know it might not look this way, but these guys actually aren't that bright. And I have another idiot, another 0.5 cycles, won't be too much longer. Just in time, starting to get really overwhelmed having only 3 guys. None of these are particularly useful to me. We reject them all and get new ones? No, I'm stuck with all my terrible choices, so +3 excavation and I guess feeding. That can't hurt. Get busy or I'm throwing you in the murder hole. We're also going to start researching basic farming. This is going to keep them alive long enough for me to find a fun way to kill them. The water pump is going to go down here. That way for now they can at least carry the water up to where they need it to by hand. Great time for a nap. Nothing better to be doing, definitely. We're starting to get quite a pool of polluted water down here thanks to those idiots wetting themselves. But as long as it's way down there, it's out of my way for now. Part of my strategy here for this to work is to not open too much space. Oxygen will eventually probably be limited, so I don't want to have any more area than I need to. The mush bar, our food of choice. Dirt, water, just gonna make those endlessly. Got lots of water to work with right now. Lindsay gets a new skill point. Hope you like digging, Lindsay. Alright, let's get started on the craziness now. It all starts with one liquid pump. We're going to put that, it doesn't really matter, right there. As long as I can reach it from the top to build it, that's the main thing. Now this is how this craziness is going to work. All with the lavatory. As I was messing with things earlier, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this particular game, I realized suddenly I had more water than I had before. Water was always an issue for me. I never quite had enough, but suddenly I had too much. I realized that the lavatory has a water requirement. It takes 5 kilograms per use, but gives you 12 kilograms of polluted water after the fact. It gives you 7 kilograms of water per use. If you have a way of filtering that, that's infinite water. Infinite water means a big aquarium, and any infinite resource in any game, well, that's just fun to play with. And this is, of course, going to require some very careful, educated pumping. So this is where it's going to get maybe a little bit difficult, but I think I've got the idea down. I simply pump the water into the lavatory, and turn, the lavatory is going to shoot it back over to here into my urine pool. Eventually, I'm going to filter that and send it right back. Every time that happens, I gain just a little bit of water. And guess what I've got lots of? Time. I'm going to be throwing these algae terrariums around everywhere because they eat the carbon dioxide, which obviously isn't good for my idiots, and all they take is algae and I think a little bit of water, and guess what? We've got lots of water. Apparently I've got to rethink things a little bit. I don't think it wants to be able to build in the water. I'm going to have to go up one space with everything, which is kind of annoying right now. Time for another idiot though, hopefully give me a good one. Creativity, what do I need that for? Excavation and science sounds pretty good though. We're already full up on beds, which is surprising. Normally I lose probably 20% of my idiots by now. Oxygen levels so far aren't looking super great. We got lots up top, but these lower levels, this carbon dioxide is going to start to build up, so I'm actually going to give it more space down here. Look at that, it's working like a charm. So long as that guy holds his breath while he works, hopefully not breathing in too much of the bad stuff, we'll have a big old swimming pool in no time. Our oxygen levels still aren't great, particularly down here, but I'm just going to keep hollowing this out and hollowing it out until we get lots and lots and lots of room. Alrighty, we can build ourselves a supercomputer. This is going to help us research some of that stuff that's going to make some of that water filterable. Another helper, let's hope they're good. Nothing particularly great. Science and excavation, I gotta have diggers. Finally, for the first time ever, my water pump is finally going to power the lavatory. Never mind. Oh, there it goes again. Our power problems are a little intermittent depending on how much energy Travoldo has. But you know what, we'll give him an extra battery to power up too. That way he can take more breaks. Now that I have things mostly to where I want them, I really got to start hollowing this out before I start sending too much water in there because these guys don't really work great underwater. Here's one of them now using a lavatory. 5 gallons of water in, here's 12 coming out. I know this is a strange thing to watch, but watch. It spits out, drops down through the mesh, all the way down to here. We're slowly gathering that urine. And at this point I am going to add another lavatory. More lavatory should mean more water for me, provided they do work the way I think they're going to. So far so good. And out comes the free water. Might also be watering those, I'm not sure yet. And how about a few planter boxes? We're going to need some food at some point. Both lavatories are going, they're all working just the way they should. They keep spitting out that free water. Not adding up to a lot yet, but it's getting there. My 6 miracle algae terrariums are doing a great job. They're already pushing oxygen way down here. This will come in handy later. It converts water into oxygen and hydrogen. One thing that is going to help is more people. The more people I have, the more they use the lavatory, the more water we have. This guy's got 7 strength. That's a whole lot of urine. Sorry, this girl perhaps. Everything's going so well right now that I'm actually going to save my game. And now that I have a nice even bottom to my little cesspool, we can get a pretty accurate reading of how much we're gaining every few minutes. I like this part too. I've got this thing pouring urine straight down the ladder. They're all climbing up and down, so they get rained urine on all day long. But you know what? We're gonna need a second one of those anyway. The water rises pretty quickly. It does go down, I think, when they're standing in it, or maybe it slightly evaporates during the day. I'm not really sure yet. I have seen the level fluctuate a little bit. The water levels are going up overall though. We're up to 131,000. I just realized that doesn't say grams. That says germs. I was thinking that was the amount of water we have. It's not. It's just really, really, really polluted water. So for now, I'm just gonna do what I can to maintain things. Gonna start doing some more farming, growing some food. Nothing exciting's gonna happen for a bit, so I'm just gonna maintain, let the water build up. We're up to 520-ish kilograms of water, paying attention to how much it's going up and down. We are still gaining, but not by a huge margin. Every time I upgrade one of these guys' skills, it basically corresponds with what they're already good at. So cuisine, grilling, more efficient food, I presume. We're all the way up to 1,000 kilograms of pure urine already. Keep in mind that's about 1 tile high. I've just realized this is eventually going to be a mega colony that simply runs on urine. Urine is the foundation of everything. Update. Sometime later, we have several new helpers and our urine pool is getting pretty deep. In fact, it's getting close to 2 tiles tall. I'm going to install another wash basin here simply because I clicked on a germ tab and we're getting a lot of green stuff everywhere. Well, since I'm waiting for my urine pool to slowly do something exciting, I think I'm going to start an expedition straight upwards. No idea what's up there, but I got some pretty talented diggers on my team by now, so off they go. I'm thinking something like... That's a good start. They're making progress on their journey upwards. Not even sure what this rock is, but they're going to go right on through it. Also getting down to our last 13 kilos of regular water, at which point I'm just going to start pumping it back up. Also, just so that I don't lose all my oxygen in our big step upwards, I'm going to put a few doors in between. Probably manual airlock, that way it doesn't need power actually. It's just that because oxygen rises, all the oxygen from my base could just go up here and starve all these guys. And there it is. We're officially out of water in our first pond. And I've got to actually be pretty quick about putting that water back because without water, this whole thing's going to collapse. And this is what the new setup's going to be. Water pump to the water filter. This takes the polluted water out, puts clean water in here. The clean water gets turned back into urine, put back into the big pond. I just hope they can get this all done before they run out of oxygen, because without water, the algae stops producing the air we need to breathe. But that's nothing a little priority 9 won't fix. Look at them go, they're driving right into the urine. This is awesome. Just where I wanted them. The journey upwards is also getting pretty toxic too. I'm gonna have to give them an algae plant down here. I mean, if they die, I don't really care that much, but I do need all these guys urinating as much as possible. That's my only concern. Oh, right. Do I have to plug the pump in too? Should probably get on up before everyone dies. Which might be sooner than later if they don't get out of bed and start breathing again. More good news. I did my water purifier completely backwards. I need to reverse these pipes. Yep, that seems to have done it. Water is flowing as long as it pours out on this side the nice way. What is this thing doing? There we go, back in business. We're pumping water. And from this point forward, I shouldn't have any more water problems, being that I'm generating water. Water's going to where it needs, coming back to the other spot it needs to be, all the while expanding in quantity. And look at that, my little algae terrarium thing's working great. They even have breathable oxygen up top again. This will also quite cleverly work as an overflow. So if I get too much water in this pond, it's just going to flow right back into my main pond anyway. What was that? I've actually made the effort to tunnel down into here because I want just a little more water, being that this is happening. This is all bad air coming up into my space because my plants aren't getting enough water right now and I'm not really sure why. They have access to this still. There's still water here. They're just being slow about it. Which means that yeah, it might have been pretty useless doing this, but at least 2 of them can use the pump at the same time. And it just amuses me watching them walk through water. Actually, I guess this way too. This water will be going more so to the algae and less of this water will be being wasted. So I'm going to do something a little bit radical here. We're just going to get rid of this one altogether. Now my water levels are rising fast. We're already back up to 256 kilos in here, plus 1,000, 1,600, and 2,000 here. So 2,250 kilos of water. Not really a ton of good options moving up. We got to work our way kind of carefully through all this. And carefully is not really my specialty, but I think we'll be all right. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to build that. Well, whatever. They'll figure that out faster than that'll fill up. Might have miscalculated this one a little bit. Where's that stuff going to go? Oh, right down into my freshwater. Outstanding. Well, that's fine. They'll figure that out eventually. I've got lots of water anyway. This new guy, Ruby, is perfect for the colony. Increased bladder. Perfect. But if we look on the upper side of things right now, we're making pretty good progress. We're way up into the snowy area already. I can't wait to see what comes after that. And water levels are looking pretty good. We're up to 900, 1,500, 2,200 kilos down here, and 1,600 here. Suddenly my air quality is getting pretty bad again too. That might have just been from them sleeping overnight, but it's kind of an iffy balance right now. I gotta be careful. I do still need to pay attention somehow. The problem I'm kind of facing now is while I am producing water, I'm producing water at a slow rate and it's not really quick enough to make any difference. For example, if I had more water right now, I could just burn a bunch up to turn the carbon dioxide into water, but I don't really have that much of an excess of water and I'll certainly burn it faster than I'll create it, but I might still have to do that anyway just to survive. Because apparently they just kind of stopped watering the algae. I don't know why, they just don't want to do it anymore, even on high priority. Oh, they need algae, not water. I get it, I know where to get that. Now things are being reoxygenated. They're coming and taking this down really quick and adding it all to my colony. I definitely need to pay more attention to that because overnight it did this. That's a lot of red for my poor idiots. Despite the fact that we're facing a critical food shortage, we're gonna bring someone else in. To try and solve my food problem, I've had a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. This is all gonna be farming stuff because food shortage, 6,200 calories available, 15,000 consumed per cycle. That was a lot worse a minute ago, so I'm ready, I'm making progress. I can't believe I haven't killed even one of these yet. And I'm finally producing so much water that it's overfilling the first back into the second. And we have a total of about 5,000 kilos of water now, and this is all just recirculating and slowly growing. 5,000 kilos. Pretty good. Wait. I found a building. Is this the surface? That's got to be close to the surface. Because there's a reception desk and an elevator. Is it breathable in there? Not really, but I'll make that work. Cool. As soon as my idiot gets it, we're going to go explore that. And we're up to about 5,500 kilos of water, and it's growing pretty quick. This whole thing's going to be full soon. My aquarium will be complete. Hey, look at that. I think I can see the outside universe, apparently. There's a planet back there. Unbreathable space. Yeah, I don't think I want to let space into my excavation. At least not yet. Well, if there's one thing I've accomplished over all these hours, it's that I can, in fact, just produce water out of nowhere. It's probably a good thing I can't produce it any faster, otherwise it probably would kind of break the game. As soon as you have unlimited of anything and you can turn it into other things, well then it just gets too easy. And we're now up to a respectable 6,000 kilograms of water. I wonder what all of this is up here. Doctorate degree? It's too bad it's in a vacuum of space. I don't really want to touch it because I feel like it's really going to cause big issues for me. Oh, I guess we decided to just go on and break through anyway. Our oxygen is actually pushing up in there, so yeah, let's go for it. Alright, we've got our ladder all the way up. It's just a matter of actually wandering in there to see what happens. We'll just throw one of these over here to start oxygenating it, and maybe we'll get a chance to see our office or whatever else is over here. This quick little rascal is on it. He's almost too quick for me to keep up with. There we go. This brave soul actually made it in. Mima, one of the first people I ever had. First one to go deep into the building. How's the oxygen in there? Not so good. Well, they can hold their breath for a while. And what is this? Lobby doors. Well, I don't think there's too much else to see. So once the algae terrarium is done, I'll let this place oxygenate for a while and leave it alone until I can claim my office. My duplicants have managed to breach the surface of our rocky prison. Should be careful. Yeah, I get it. Very careful. Always. Well, alright. Since we've established that we can actually build an entire mega colony that can thrive on urine, I think it's time we have a little fun. The aquarium isn't quite where I want it to be. We're at 6,500 kilos. I'm not going to wait any longer. I just don't have time. Gotta put some pets in here. Not entirely sure the best way to do this, but I think if I put the priority on like overload on this thing, they'll basically do whatever I ask without thinking about it with no regard for their own safety. So let's go see if they'll cut the ladders and fall into the water. At least a few of them to start. Yellow alert. Yellow alert indeed. Alright, no one hit the water on that, but if I do something in the water now, will they drop in? Will they have that little regard for their own safety? Let's just try kind of replacing the ground with some tiles and see if they'll jump in there after that. There we go. Priority maximum. Code red. Code yellow, guys. Get in there. Go do that. Aw, man, it says unreachable. I could trap them down there, but I want like a whole bunch of them in there at the same time, and I don't really know how to do that yet. Here's what I'm thinking now. Judging by how many of them come running just to finish a ladder, I think if I try and replace, say, this over to here with floor tiles, we'll get a bunch of them underwater at the same time. Then we just need some other ones to come and destroy the ladder behind them. At which point they'll either acclimatize to the water, or they won't. Priority bananas, guys. Hope you're excited for this. And then I gotta remember to destroy that behind them. And go. We won't do this in super high speed because I'll misclick a lot. I always do. Camille gets it. Max, you're one of the brave few. Everyone get under the water as quick as you can. We'll see how many are actually gonna get down there. They're all on the way though. This is a good start. Oh, they're already climbing back out though. Alright, well, let's start destroying things and just kind of see how many we got. It won't let me do that? Why not? Speaking of misclicking, I already started. Hey, someone destroy the ladder behind them, quick. I think Turner's on the job. Oh, I gotta put priority high on that too, otherwise they won't do it. There we go, they're trapping themselves. Perfect. Just what I always wanted. An aquarium full of morons. Yeah, this is gonna be real good. Oh, they can get up the ladder. Not for long they can't. Get rid of that ladder, that's not fair. You guys gotta use your lungs. Your aqua lungs. Don't worry guys, just use your gills. I believe in you. I think it's getting dark out too, so the water's gonna get cold fast. The waiting game. Who's gonna croak first? Suffocating? No way. This could be a fun game in itself. We'll take bets on who's gonna last longest. Abe somehow fell asleep under the water, which isn't surprising knowing Abe. I like how they just sit there though. They don't even try and do anything about it. They're just accepting their fate. It's no problem for them. And you know what? It looks like it is gonna be Abe that goes first. Maybe Gosman, but probably Abe. Not long after all of them are gonna go. Turner's somehow the toughest, and he's the one who almost died earlier. Way to beat adversity, my friend. Abe's dead. 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 One by one they're going down. Excellent. Perfect aquarium. You'd think they would float though, wouldn't you? Turner, come on now. Join the rest of them. You don't really have a choice anyway. Make me proud just this one time. Thanks, Turner. Goodbye. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this aquarium a success. One of the better ones I've done. Remember, if you want to try this one for yourself, that link is right there in the description staring you in the face. Go take a look. Enjoy. This one's out in full release. So now what do we do with the rest of them? That's a problem for the future.